I like the metaphor. The modern civilization is a castle in the sky. Civilized man is dependent on artificial way of life, alienating himself from the very foundation he stands on, the earth. The castle, uprooted from earth, floats above in the sky, powered by the workforce of millions of slaves with no parachutes, all of them terrified of the height. They all know if they stop feeding the flying castle, it crashes into the ground. So they create the law. The law coordinates them as cogs in the machine, keeping the flying castle from falling. No, 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 don't fool yourself. Nobody's arrested for murdering the flying castle. They are arrested for disturbing the workflow. Widespread murder creates instability, and as the sky castle threatens to fall, public opinion agrees measures should be taken. The castle must offer the sacrifice, and we will need the services of an executioner. So the bad cop enters the scene. He begins only as a voice seeking agreement, sometimes wearing a suit, sometimes a gown. The fear of collision spreads like wildfire, and when the whole world turns to a flame, the voice is crowned and called the voice of the truth. And here is where the bad cop finally gains a body. Now, wearing a military uniform, properly dressed, the bad cop becomes brave enough to bully people back into obedience. Not because he cares about the castle, but because he's trained into an obedient dog, trained to hate deeply everything that doesn't fit like a cog in the machine. Nobody's arrested for murdering the flying castle. When it's the castle murdering thousands, people call it a state of reception, collateral damage, national security, necessary sacrifices for the common good. Of course they do. Everybody nods in agreement, because nobody wants to get killed either. Who will have the guts to go against the greatest mass murderer of all time? The bureaucrat. You just give him a number and he will make it scalable. He will find the optimal repeatable process available. But soon the threat is dealt with. Once everybody's calm and quiet again, the bad cop leaves the scene and he is almost immediately scapegoated, isolated from the system. They tell you it was not the castle's fault. It was probably the deeds of an evil sorcerer who had the castle under a spell. And then the good cop arrives to save us, to take care of you, to give you love, to gain your trust, so you obey. He cries and sobs over the past. The ex-Valerian leader. And as long as he's around, everything will be different. So you can be gently managed, guided to keep up the good work without any worries, and ready to build an even better future for all the slaves in the castle. And if we are well behaved, there will be no need for the bad cop ever again.